You don't want the top 100 coins, man.
We're catastrophic rise inside of momentum, right? We're seeing a huge.
Yo quiero pues que sepan cómo trabajo yo mi operativa.
Now, we know that once we have a resistance zone in the market, right, it's because it's creating a wall.
We have started to see USD CAD slow down quite a bit.
All right, all right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. All right. So my name is Claudia 1 Million. Well, that's my nickname. My name is Claudia Pimentel. I go by Claudia 1 Million. And I want to welcome all of you guys to the Akashex Traders Inner Circle. So guys, let's see where's everyone tuning in from? Go ahead and put it in the chat for us and let us know where you are in this world. And that way we can see, like me, for instance, I'm in Florida. Yes, I am. Sunny state, sunshine. All right, we got Texas, New York, Michigan, Idaho, Missouri, California, New York City, Atlanta. All right. New York, Budapest. Wow, Nigeria, Phoenix, Kenya, Virginia. All right, I grew up in Virginia. Houston, Philly, Canada. Guys, we have everybody from everywhere. Amazing, right? Isn't that amazing that we can all get together in one place, right? To get information, to really learn about trading, to know the educators. And that's what we're here for. Today is a special day. I have 3 special guests. They are our educators, actually 4 special guests, because I have Miss Anna on here as well. I see you, Anna. And listen, we're here to sit down. I'm here to sit down and ask the questions that you guys may be wondering and pondering about, and really bringing out and forth our educators. So you guys as students are able to really understand who they are, what got them here, what keeps them going, and how you're able to go ahead and really start your journey on your trading journey and possibly even become an educator, because everything's possible, right? Let me see some fire emojis if you understand that everything is possible, that it's really up to you. It's all right here in the mind. And, you know, when you put that mindset, you put that goal in front of you, right, that you want to achieve, you just have to take small steps to get there and you will reach it. Okay. So today, let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and let everybody introduce themselves just real quick, guys, like in 1 sentence. Okay, maybe 2. Say who you are and what your specialty is and where you're tuning in from. Okay, so maybe 3. And what got you here? Okay, let's start with you, Mike. Mr. Mike Polanco.
What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a beautiful beginning of your week. My name is Mike Polanco. For those that don't know me or haven't been on one of my sessions, I've been trading for the last 7 years. In September this year, it'll be 7 years. And guys, there's a lot of trials and tribulations when it comes to trading. There's going to be a test, right? You guys are going to go through tests throughout the years of whether this is going to be for you or not, right? I started 7 years ago, learned from some of the best in the industry, and now we're here. And just like Mrs. 1 Million said, anything is possible when it comes to this. I've been able to make a good living, right? A good living. And some of you guys here have been able to pay the bills and keep the lights running in your house, right? Because of this beautiful skill set that we've been able to learn. And I am so happy and grateful to be here to show you guys and teach you guys. And we all, as educators, are happy and grateful to show you guys what it is possible and what we can do here. So very grateful to be here. Thank you for having me, guys.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's put some bombs in the chat, guys. Mr. Mike, hey, we're going to really be learning some here. We're going to learn some information. All right. And let me see. We got Mr. Joel Arias, and he's with our Spanish-speaking students, English-speaking students. I mean, this man right here is going to the max, educating everywhere. But I will tell you this, that all of our educators are pushing it to the max. So I'm so honored. Go ahead, Joel. Say hello.
Thank you so much, Claudia. I'm sorry my English is rusty. Sometimes I need to practice a little more, but thanks so much for being here, guys. Everybody that's watching from all over the world, all over the States. Just happy to be here. Just really quick, my name is Joel Arias, like Claudia said. And if you have been in my sessions, I know you know that I trade OTC market, binary options, and also crypto. If you haven't been in my sessions, then that's what I trade. So I specialize, I started in trading like maybe 6-7 years ago, and I've been educating for 4 years. And I started with binary options, and I started with the concept of I gotta learn how to trade, because once you learn how to trade, you can trade any market. And then later on, I catch up the crypto market, and that's what I've been loving also the most. And so really excited to be here and answer some questions of the topic of the week. I'm not gonna say it yet, but I'll leave that to Claudia. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Okay, I'm loving the hat. I love the rep right there. Gotta get it. I need to order me one. I gotta get online. I'm telling you, guys, we have a great storefront. I'm telling you, House of Brands. All right. So thank you so much, Joel. He has been doing such an amazing job, you know, and your English is just perfect. It's just the way it's supposed to be. So don't ever think twice. All right. Okay, let's go. Next, who do we have up? Mr. Brent? Mr. Brent Vidal? Yes, sir.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Thanks, I appreciate it. Yes, my name is Brent Vidal. So I've been trading now for almost 4 years now. And just like Mike says, it's definitely life-changing for sure. Don't give up. The first couple of months are going to suck. Maybe the first couple of years are going to suck. But yes, I mean, the last thing, and it's funny because I've been trading with Joel almost this whole entire 4 years. And he told me from the beginning, bro, you're going to be an educator. I'm like, no, I'm not, bro. I'm not going to be an educator. So here I am right 4 years later. So definitely. I'm currently in Texas. Currently, I move all the time. So who knows where I'll be next time. But currently live in Texas and I trade Forex. That's the main thing that I do. I do trade binary too, but as far as in the cash fix on the educating side, I do trade Forex. My specialty is scalping, opening bell, news. So excited for tomorrow for sure. And prop firm accounts. And yeah, super happy to be here. Thanks again for the invite. And yeah, appreciate it. Let's have a great session. Because like Joe said, like I know what the topic is and I'm super excited for it too. But hey, I'll leave that to you, buddy, so you could begin with that and let us know what we're talking about today.
Absolutely. And I want to give Miss Anna a quick introduction here. She is the head of all of the educators for Akashex, Anna Paulina. I don't know if she's available to speak, but I know she's on here. So guys, I just want to give a big shout out to the young lady right here. All right. She is really taking the reins and moving everyone. There you go. There you go.
I can't put my camera on, but I appreciate you guys. I wanted to hop on to support all of you guys. I want to say something. If an educator is hopping on those calls to learn, we all got to be hopping on this like this calls, guys. We can't take them for granted. Like these are the calls, forget the sessions, forget the live trading, like what Mike, what Joel, what Brent are going to cover with Claudia. This is the information that will really take your trading to where you want to take it. Like, I'm gonna be honest, and I'm here to learn. I'm here to be a student. Can't turn my camera on, but I appreciate you guys. Love you guys, and I'm ready to learn.
Thank you so much. And guys, that's what this is all about. I mean, this right here, these calls are so you guys can really learn, because it's not only the trading sessions. Okay, yes, you go on the trading session. Yes, you're taking trades and so forth. But if the mentality is not there, then guess what? You're preparing for that big old L, right? No preparation equals preparation to fail. So, you know, it's very important. And you get to meet our educators, meaning you might not have known that Mike was an educator on the platform and you never knew him, who he was, or Brent, you know, because you came through with Joel. But now you're getting to meet all of these educators, how they think, what got them here. And then you're able to really hop on their sessions as well. All right. So you can get versatile. You never know. I'm telling you, breakthroughs happen when you least expect them. So, all right, let's move forward. So today's topic is great. All right. We're going to be speaking a very special topic here. Unlocking self-discovery. All right. I think that's very important. It is the profound lessons that are found in training, training into trading, right? Okay, there we go. Training into trading. So unlocking your self-discovery. Let's start with Joel. And I'm going to just ask you a quick question. Like, how does the practice of trading enable individuals to, you know, delve into their personal strengths and weaknesses? Like, leading into self-discovery. What is your opinion on that? Like, you know, self-discovery.
I think that the practice of trading can develop so many skills, like new skills that a new person doing this didn't know they exist. And I include myself. So into trading, we think that it's only about making money and only about protecting your account and only about making deposits and withdrawals. That's what I thought when I started in trading, because nobody really taught me that I could develop more skills other than, yeah, looking at some pretty graphs or really confusing graphs. And so into trading, you can self-discover many other factors that are into that nobody talks about. For example, the skill of patience, the skill of the visual, not necessarily talking about looking at an entry, but developing a better visual skill, either to look things or find things. Let's see, you also find more strength. You also find more compassion and more love. Those are some self-discovery things I found to myself. I'm not saying you necessarily are going to have the same ones, but you definitely get new things coming out of the practice of trading.
Okay, thank you. You know, some of those things resonated with me, like patience, right? So let me see out there, who knows how to spell patience in the trading world? How do we spell patience in the trading world? Do you guys know? Let me see it in the chat. You guys paying attention today? Ah, there we go. Hannah, she was first up. Yes. Patience. And I'll tell you, that was something that I had to discover in my long journey. In these 4 years, patience was #1 key for me. How about for you, Mike? Let's hear about you. What is unlocking the self-discovery? What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think Joel hit it right in the head. Hit the nail right in the head. It's all about the patience that you build, right? It's like a callus on the skin, right? When you're training and you're going to the gym every day, right? One of the things you're going to grow are calluses on your hands, right? And that thick skin that you guys get, and understanding that there's a strategy when it comes to your entry and a strategy when it comes to your exit is very, very important. And the patience to understand when you're getting into the trade and how to get out of the trade is going to be what pays you in the long run, right? One thing I didn't mention in the introduction, I was just so excited to be here. But one thing I didn't mention is what I trade, right? I started with Forex and then went along to binary. But one thing I learned is that with binary, if you're in a trade just a couple of pips or a couple of pipettes too late because you're too early, that would cost you everything, right? And one thing I go and I show my students on my class is how patience in the market can emotionally take you out of the trade or out of your trading, focus if you guys are not patient enough and wait for that entry. So if you guys are not waiting for that entry and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and click that button. That button, if you click it too early and don't wait for your price to hit, can be the difference between you having a great day and hitting your 5 to 10% a day, or having a very messed up beginning of your week or end of your week because you decided that you were going to pull the trigger way too fast. So guys, patience is a virtue that pays the bills here. So you hit it right in the head, my brother. Patience is something that pays the bills. So guys, stay patient out there. And you'll learn a little bit about yourself as the days and weeks and months and years go by, that if you're not patient, this may not be the thing for you. So guys, stay patient out there. It will pay the bills, I'm telling you.
Thank you so much. And it's so funny that you say that, because that resonated with me as well, right? That it takes some time. And I'm telling you, in my personal journey, it took some time. It was like over and over and over. And then one day I was like, if I just wait and follow the instructions, then maybe I'll be winning. And then it turned into wins rather than lessons, big time, right? Because your stop loss don't hit. It's a little different. It's a little bit different when those numbers start to multiply, right? Let me see some money signs in there. We're trying to see our accounts multiply, right? By following instructions, because that's all it really is being able to have that mindset to follow the leader, right? Follow the leader. Just like that song, Follow the Leader. All right. You just go through there, right? And I'm telling you just, guys, I got to crack up with you. So you got to make sure that you're following the leader and understanding that patience is key. Okay. And there's one thing that I always say is how you do one thing is how you do it all. If you have patience here and whatever other projects you have in life, you're going to have patience with your relationships, with your home, with your business, with people around you, right? Which in turn will resonate what? Love, L-O-V. The number one thing that God gives us all is love, all right? So let's keep going. Brent, you are up. Tell me a little, share with us what it is, unlocking that self-discovery, what that means to you.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I guess it has to do with life experiences that I've had. I kind of resonated a lot. So 10 years ago, I went into boot camp for the Army, and I had that process. I already had lived a crazy life before that in Mexico. So I was like, oh, this is shit, I'm good. And obviously you go through I went to Fort Benning, Georgia. I went in the summer and they were like, you do not want to be at this specific one. And I was like, all right, once I got my name called, yep, 101 Sand Hill. I was like, all right, shit. So I went through that process of really what that does to you, right? Boot camp, it breaks you down from scratch, and then they build you to the way that they want you to be. And that seems a lot to me with trading in itself is the same thing, right? Because one period of my journey, I said, you know what? I know how to chart up myself. So deuces, I'm going to do this on my own. And that was the worst 3-month period that I had. And I came right off like crushing binary. And then immediately 2 days later for the next 2-3 months, it was the worst I ever had. They didn't have that. So it really resonates to me to where in trading, you're really going to learn a lot about yourself, because you're going to have those super down moments that you just feel the worst. And at the same time, you're going to have those super high moments that you're just going to know that you could own the world no matter what. But the key part here, I think, is through that self-discovery, just like in basic training, right? You need to have the drill sergeants that are structuring you, molding you. That's the importance of being in a community, right? Being in an academy, a community, being around other traders that are doing the same situation that you are as being members, other educators, things of that nature. Even myself, I'm an educator. Yes, I still jump on other educator sessions. I still need to keep on learning, right? And I have to have examples, because even as educators too, Ant was actually here in Dallas with me, and he said that. It's funny, like when you say that, right? I'm the opposite in full transparency. It's even being recorded. It's fine. If my wife sees it, she'll see it too, and she'll yell at me later. Anne said, like, if you're so disciplined, you're trading on everything else, like you just crush it. Like for me, I don't like working out and I don't like eating healthy. And I was like, bro, if you just how you trade, if you were that dedicated on working out, 60 days, like you would hit all of your health goals. And it's like, yeah, and this morning I could have made my protein shake, but we made some birria yesterday and some birria was there and I ate some birria tacos. So it is what it is, right? But yeah, I mean, it's there. Like the potential is definitely there too to shift it to everything else that you could, but at least it does help you be on one side. So I know I've discovered a lot of, just like in basic training, I learned a lot of myself as far as my body, how far I could go. Here in trading, if I've been learning how far mentally I could go. Trading, we click one or two buttons. It's the easiest physical thing to do no matter what. But really it's learned to me as like the whole self-discovery as far as the psychological side has really known who I am now. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Thank you, Brent. And that's really important. Guys, let me see some hearts in there because it's all about patience, right? Resilience and resiliency. And really, you know, it's really all about what you decide to put energy behind, right? It's what you decide because like he said, he could have went and had his protein shake, but he said, pass. I'm gonna mess with you on that. You're supposed to be taking your protein shake. All right. But how many times, guys, think about this. How many times do you do that with everything in life? That's a key question. Let's think about that. How many passes do you give on your everyday? Let me see in the chats. Just for today, how many times did you say, oh, I'll do that later, or I won't do that today, or I'll pass? Let me see in the chats. How many times? I'm gonna say 2 for me because I did that twice today. How many times? There was something that you're supposed to get done, you should have done, could have done, you want to do, but you didn't. You decided, you said, oh, I put a pass. You passed. All right, so I see a lot there. I see 3, I see 2s, I see 2s, I see 1s. I had 2s today. So what does that tell you guys? At least you're holding yourselves accountable, right? For those that didn't put anything down there, you're only lying to yourself, all right? But for those that did, you're actually, that's the first step, is stepping up and realizing, hey, this is what I did, right? I did acknowledge that I said pass, right? So now you got to take that time to really think back and understand why, right? So think about that, because that's going to define you. That's going to be the difference between you getting on a session, right, to learn, getting on a session to trade at London time or New York time, whatever, getting up, getting on that and sleeping in. Then you wonder why your account is -0 because you're not getting up and doing the work. Okay, so let's keep going. We're going to go to number 2. And that's with all transparency, guys. This is all with love. Okay, this is all out of love, but we want to see results here. And that's what this is all about. You know, I'm a person for results. You know, being on the John Maxwell leadership team, we're here to empower everybody. We want to empower everyone. We're not here to motivate you. We're here to inspire you. So you get up and get moving and put things in place and actions in place. That way we can see results, because you can change your entire life in 90 days. In 90 days, you can change your entire life. If you give this 90 days, 90 true days, probably less, but let's say 90. If you give it 90 days in and out, you will see such a big difference in how you think, how you perform, what you're learning, and all of that transcends to the rest of your life as well. All right, so let's go to number 2. With this question, we're gonna start with Mike. In what ways can the challenges, right, and the risks encountered in trading reveal valuable insights about one's decision-making abilities and emotional resilience?
Yeah, this one
one.
was a good one. I actually wrote something down for this one because I feel like the challenges and risks encountered in trading provide valuable insight about one's decision-making abilities and emotional resilience. Trading involves making decisions based on incomplete information. Sometimes we don't have all of the answers right there in front of us, but we have to use our context clues of what our confluences are in that trade, right? So are we checking off all the checklists for us to feel good about the trade? Again, guys, this is not about winning every single trade. You can actually, and this is a fun fact for those that don't know, you can actually trade just above 50% and be a profitable trader if you're using proper risk management, right? So adapting to rapidly changing market conditions and managing uncertainties are the best things that you can do when managing your trades. Because again, guys, it's about being able to manage your losses and understand how to manage your losses mentally. Because when you learn how to manage your losses, that's what makes you a great trader. It's not about being happy about the wins. It's about being able to manage the losses. So going through these trades, understanding that each individual trade is a different situation, right? If you lose one trade, all good. Erase it, understand why you lost, understand what happened in that trade, and then move on to the next opportunity. Because every single trading opportunity is a completely different situation, right? If you tie it to your last loss, then you're going to be most likely to lose again in the next trade because you're thinking about that last loss, right? So processing and facing these challenges and risks help individuals identify their strengths in making informed decisions and managing emotions under pressure and developing resiliency in the face of adversity, right? So I kind of put this in a nutshell, right? There was so much to this question because this is a very loaded question. Even though it's very straightforward, it's very loaded because as the months go by within your trading journey, you're going to go through so many trials and tribulations, so many things that you understand, why is this happening to me, right? Brent said it best, right? You can spend 3 months on a win streak and then 2 months on a losing streak, and then you don't understand what's going on. But understanding that these experiences you're having with your losses are going to help you win more often in the future. So learn how to understand the losses, learn how to embrace the losses, because those losses are what really help you in the long run be the trader that you want to be. So guys, just stay on the path and you guys are going to kill it. I promise you.
Thank you so much. Right there, that was some nuggets, guys. I hope that everybody had their pen and their papers and they've been writing down notes.
Note takers.
I'm telling you, because you guys you need to take down these notes. This is very informative information where you're going to go back to this and take it back. You're going to think about it and be like, you know what? I remember something that I heard on this session. Let me go back to my notes and refer back to it when you're going through that moment. And it really helps you reflect, because reflection is a big sense here. All right. So
Claudia, I think you're muted.
You're muted, Claudia.
okay, better.
There we go.
Was I muted the entire time?
Not the entire time.
The last couple
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go to Brent. And Brent, I have a different question for you, actually. Okay.
Right, that's good. That's good.
How does the process of analyzing market trends and patterns in trading, right, provide individuals with a deeper understanding of their own cohesive basis and psychological tendencies?
Oh yeah, that one's good. Especially for me, that one's good because something that I still nowadays sometimes struggle with, right? Because for a lot of things, I'm very just go at it. Like, don't think twice. For example, what happened with the Cancun trip, like literally I got a call like, hey, is your passport valid? Yeah, where are we going? Okay. So like with a lot of things, it's just like, let's get it. So it's really hard at that point to where with trading, as we say, you can't create any emotions to it. You have to put your emotions to the side. But at the end of the day, like there was like another guy I used to trade with, he was like, you need to trade like a robot. And I was like, I'm not a robot. Like at the end of the day, I'm just not, like my subconscious doesn't understand it. So yes, it's great to understand trends. It's great to understand volume, like everything that you're going through, it'll show as far as how you could control, I would say more than anything, your emotions in the sense of confidence. Because a lot of times what happens is like you start, okay, great, I could read the trends, no problem. I could read this, no problem. And next thing you know, you're not really respecting your own rules, possibly. You're not respecting the patience you're supposed to take. And next thing you know, you're just clicking that button because like, I could read trend like there's no tomorrow. So you still have to like remember yourself like, hey, those emotions, that sometimes that's at that hard side of like, you have to know how to use those emotions. You have to trade with emotion in the sense to not let yourself either get too overexcited with it. So it shows a lot as far as who you are, like I said, at that point, as far as just jumping up the gun at it, not controlling yourself, being overconfident. And other thing that I always try to say, and I repeat myself constantly, is like, once you know it all, that's the moment you're ignorant, right? Like, so I have to always remind myself in a positive way that I don't know 100% what I'm doing, in a positive way, to make sure that I'm not just going too crazy.
Thank you, Brent, for sharing that, because like, God, let me ask this question out there. Who out there has taken trades and, you know, you're like, yes, you're on a winning streak. You're like, yes. And then you're just like pressing that button because you think, you know it all. You're like, yeah, I'm going to, especially in binary, right? You just decide, oh yeah, it's going that way. And then all of a sudden, 5 losses later, you're looking at your screen and you're like, happened? Let me see, put some ones in the chat if you guys can relate with that, where it does become a psychological thing. It does become something that you have to learn to control and really analyze yourself and hold yourself back and accountable, right? When you're taking these trades, like, you don't know, remember the market's manipulated. So you have all the answers and everything, and it's going there, and then, you know, the president of the United States gets on a call and on TV and everything goes whoop the other way, and there you go. No account. You busted your account, right? So that's why we have to be very careful with what we're doing and, you know, really holding yourself true, like your accountability to yourself, to your emotions, right? To your psychological tendencies, right? Okay, so let's go to the next one. I have another question for you, Joel. How does, let's see, I got one specially for you. Okay, what lessons can be gleaned from managing losses and setbacks in trading? And how can they contribute to personal development and the cultivation of perseverance?
Ooh, that's a good one. So I think all these questions kind of connect to each other at the same time. And throwing back to the first question and what I spoke and Mike spoke about is we develop so many skills. We develop so many new skills in trading, and they all come together. And so the lessons that you can learn from the losses that you may experience or you will experience are important, because that will set your mindset to where it needs to go. So I'll give you an example of what I do, or how I overcome that, or how I still do that. And so when I have lessons or when I have losses in my trading journey, I set my mindset back into period of times. And so I trade for 6 months where I make all the money I need to make. You know, we're not going to say numbers, but I make all the money I need to make. And then 6 months, I take a break. And then this break is not because I want to go to vacation or anything like that. I mean, I do either way, whether or not I'm trading or not. But the 6 months that I am off is to learn and practice the visual. So I set myself 6 months to trade, and I set myself an extra 6 months to worry about my lessons, not necessarily the losses, but to worry about my skills into trading. And so setting, you know, if you set back yourself when you have a week that it's not going well as you wanted it to, I always tell my students the following thing: take 2 to 4 weeks off the markets in the way of not necessarily literally just throwing a cashes or throwing your trading journey and be like, you know what, I'll come back later. No, but instead, do not take any trades. Just go to TradingView and analyze the market. Spend 1, 2, 3 hours at most looking at the market in different, not all at once, but in different sections of the day, and just look. If you set back and practice the visual, that just develops so many other new skills that you didn't know you have. And so that's one way to manage your lessons, and one way to start developing new skills. And you're gonna start learning that it's okay not to trade all the time.
Thank you so much. And that's very important. You know, like I just thought about that. Like I have incorporated that myself where I don't trade constantly. And I have found myself where, you know, I am looking at the charts and just kind of, okay, you know, marking things up and saying to myself, and actually I write it down, okay, it's going to go in this direction and everything, but I don't actually take the trade. I step away and then I'll come back and see if it went in that direction. So that's really good. Who there does that now? Who has that plan in place of part of their structure where they actually type of one in the chat if you actually do that now, that you don't trade, you actually just kind of sit back, take a look at the market, mark it up, say maybe look where it's going, and then walk away and not actually take the trade. Okay, and then let's put some 2s in there if you actually go ahead and just take the trades. Either 1 or 2. You're either 1 or 1 or 2. Okay, look at Brent. Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay. All right. So, okay, that's definitely important, guys, because remember those lessons is time. It should be giving you the opportunity to go back and reflect and understand where that lesson came into place, whether maybe you had the TV on, or maybe you missed something on the screen, or maybe you were thinking about something going on in your family, right? Because emotions are running. So it's really important that you guys actually take the time to review. It's not always that you have to be on the computer. Like you can make, guys, if you have a good day, you'll be done in like 30 minutes, like an hour, done. And that could be what you make for a month. You know, I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I've seen it. So it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. So we got to make sure our mindset's correct. So how about for you, Mike? I'll let you answer the same question as well.
Yeah,
yeah.
awesome. I actually wrote down a couple things as well, because this one's so important. And like I mentioned before in the last question, managing losses and setbacks in trading offer valuable lessons for personal development and cultivating. Oops, sorry, give me a second. All right, cool. Setbacks and setbacks are inevitable, right? However, these experiences provide opportunities for growth and resiliency. Traders who effectively manage losses to accept and learn from their mistakes, adapt their strategy, right? And maintain a long-term perspective. They develop the ability to bounce back from setbacks and view them as learning opportunities rather than personal failures, right? This resiliency and perseverance cultivate through trading and can extend beyond the trading environment, meaning that trading, just like Brent said earlier, right, disciplines you in different aspects of your life, right? If you were so disciplined with your trading plan here, right, just like Brent said, why isn't your diet well, right? Why aren't you at the gym, right? Why, when personal responsibilities come by, you say, you know what, I'm gonna save that for later. I'll do that later, understanding that we have to get it done right now, right? This resilience and perseverance cultivate through training can extend to your personal environment, right? And positively impact areas of your life in other aspects. It teaches individuals the importance of discipline, patience, and the ability to stay focused even in challenging circumstances, right? So what is it that trading is going to help you do is be that disciplined individual in other areas of your life. How many times, right, have we told a friend, a family member, hey, on Wednesday, we're going to go out to dinner. We're going to do something. And then you say, oh, you know what? I got busy. I can't do it no more. Right. Or you told someone you love, hey, we're going to plan something really nice. And then you don't do it. Or, hey, on this day, we're going to do, we're going to hit the gym, and we don't go. Right. If you guys are not disciplined in those aspects, how do you expect to be disciplined in this, and vice versa? Right. So guys, this is going to teach you valuable life's lessons, and should also help you grow as a person. Right. Some of us know what our weaknesses are, but don't tend to address them when it's time to address them. Right. Some of us know what our strengths are, but only play to those strengths, and understand that not playing to the weaknesses make us weaker as a whole. So guys, play to those weaknesses that will make you stronger along the years, right? And a lot of us don't want to play to those weaknesses because they feel like those weaknesses make us fail. But understanding that the failures is what really pushes us forward is what really is going to help us level up and get to the next level, right? Are you making 5 figures a month? Well, guess what? You can make 5 figures a day if you really are, understanding that the disciplines come with time, and understanding that when you count the pips and not the money, that's when the things start really, evolving for you guys. So yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give it up, guys. Let's put some fire emojis in there. Who's ready to count some pips? All right. Let me see some pips in there. P-I-P-S, pips. It's not about the money. It's about the pip move. Oh, I like that. That should be a song, the pip move. Hey. I don't know. I just gave it a gem out there. I don't know who produces music, but there's this big old gem for you. The pip move. If we see it on IG Live, we'll know who said it. Me, the pip move. All right. So Brent, how about for you? We're going to stick to the same question.
I think for me, I mean, obviously Mike and Joel both touched very well, and I don't want to repeat the same thing. I think the only thing that I would add to it would be really the personal development side of things, just because it has made a huge impact for me since I've been in Akashics. Before that, I really never paid much attention to it. And to me, it's just the programmed me as a child, right? Like, just saying you're going to make it doesn't mean you're going to make it. Just saying that you're going to get funded doesn't get funded. But here, when I'm being like, okay, especially same thing on I know this is about Akashics, so I'm not going to go far into the network marketing side, but I've never been successful until I'm here in Akashics. And really, it's because I'm finally with the right team, but everybody in the team, they're always constantly speaking about personal development. And it's like, okay, they're all doing it. And that's like the only missing piece that I'm not doing. And since I really started applying that to where 30 days a day, 30 minutes a day, I'm listening to something. Same thing. I know that, who was it? I think Delon or Jefferson right now in the Houston, they said that, right? Find that 30-minute time a piece, either it being driving back from work, picking up the kids, taking a shower, whenever that you have that 30 minutes a piece, instead of just playing music, being on TikTok, being whatever. Yes, we have to have our time to have fun, don't get me wrong, but let that be the time for personal development. Listen to something, just listen to it. So at the end of the day, our body doesn't recognize what our mind's going through in that sense. So when you're in the car and you're just listening to something, subconsciously it's really getting into you. And I've seen a huge impact on my trading style thanks to that, because before that I was really going hard, and Joel knows that. Like, I'll burn an account and I'd be funding it right away, and I'd be like, oh hell no. And most of the times I get it back, but still, like, that's just not a healthy way to do it, right? That's just not what it is. And now, since personal development, it's allowed me really to stop, like to know when to stop at that point and continue on with my day and do other things. So yeah, as crazy it might sound to you, if somebody just says, yeah, man, just power of belief, law of attraction, as dumb as that may sound to you, which it did to me back then, it really does make a difference. So definitely put in that time for personal development.
Thank you, Brent. And that's key, guys. It is personal development. Like, the more you start to realize, right, that, and I'm going to show this to you guys, all right? your mind is always thinking at this level. Okay. So you got to raise your thinking level, but you always have that bar that's going to, you know, hit and you're going to come back down. So that's why you got to keep raising it up, keep raising it up. And we talk about how you untap your mind, unleash that potential. So you have to untap your mind, right? And leave it open to receive new information, right? And knowing that the one and mighty loves you more than anything out here, right? Anything in the world, right? That it is possible. You just have to believe in yourself, okay? And not listen to the enemy, okay? You listen, don't listen to the enemy, listen to the one that loves you, and then you keep moving forward. And the doors will start opening up. Things, you know, when you start realizing, because sometimes, you know, sometimes you'll wake up and you're like, oh, I'm not going to do this today because who am I? I'm not going to get there. But that's where you're wrong. Like, who are you? Yeah, that's who I am. I am going to get there. So I am going to get up. I am going to get on this screen. I am going to get on. I am. There it is. The power of I am. I am going to learn this skill set. I am going to attend these classes, you know, and for that, I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you to actually being here on this call, because it takes time, right? You took the time to be here and you believe in yourself to want to improve yourself and better yourself. That way you're able to share all of this information with others, because we're not here to keep this a secret. We're here to spread the information and tell everyone. Like next time, guys, invite a friend onto the call, bring them onto the call, because they're waiting for you to invite them. They are waiting for you to invite them because they need an opportunity to unleash their potential and learn a skill set that you're learning, right? It's just that they're too scared to ask you. That's all it is. So it's up to you now, because we all here on this call, right? We're going to set the tone. So on the next call, everybody bring one person in with them and say, hey, you know what? I have a special event that's happening and you're my special guest to come and partake in learning this information from these educators, right? That they're taking the time to sit here and really fill you up. So thank you so much, because we're filling you guys up, right? We got to fill up to go up. All right. So let's finish this off with one last question. And let me see some hearts in there. Let me see some hearts in the emoji signs in the chat if you really felt what I was saying. All right. You got to level up. You got to pour in, right? So you can pour out to people. So you're getting poured in. Now you're going to go pour out. And that's how this works. That's how it works in life. You get poured into, then you're supposed to pour out and help those around you, because you were there, you were in that spot a while ago. You were scared to ask for information. You thought it was fake. You thought it wasn't real. You were there too. And then you made that decision. You pivoted your mind and now look where you are. Okay, maybe you don't have a 7-figure account, but you're on your way and you're definitely not where you were a year ago, right? So we need to go ahead and continue to help those around us so they can improve their life as well in whatever it may be. So make sure you bring that special guest with you next week. All right, we'll do something special for all of them, okay? So here's the next question. How does the journey, right, of mastering the art of trading empower, okay, this kind of going back to the same thing, but empowers individuals to explore their risk tolerance, right? Adaptability and ability to thrive in uncertain and dynamic environments. We'll start with you, Mike.
Awesome. I mean, I think this is so important because this is one of the main stepping stones to trading is, again, risk management is the name of the game, no matter how you dice it, right? You know, some of us do something that I'm sure a lot of these people or 100% of the people on this call have done, and that is revenge trading, right? We will sit here and let's say we win 3 or 4 straight binary trades, and then we take about 3 or 4 more, and guess what? We lose it. And you know what? I want my money back. I'm going back into the market and I'm going to take another 5 trades. And guess what? Then you lose those and now you have a blown account, right? And a lot of us do this, and I've done it plenty of times in my trading career, right? And I feel like managing risk management all has to do with the discipline that you build over time, right? And we mentioned this in some of the other questions that we've went over, is if you've reached your percentage goal, that's it. Turn the laptop off, go enjoy the rest of your day, go enjoy the 80-degree weather if you're in somewhere with nice weather, go enjoy the beach, go enjoy the family, go enjoy life, right? Because trading is not about sitting in front of the computer for 5-6 hours. It's about being able to get in and out of the market with proper risk management, right? Now, if you're trading MetaTrader 4, you now have to understand how many lots or how many what your lot size is going to be for that particular day or that particular trade, right? And how many of us see the signals coming in, and you guys are in every single pending trade, you guys are in every single trade that has been called out for the day, and that's all fine and dandy, but that is a recipe for failure. Guys, with trading, stop having the fear of missing out, right? This isn't YOLO. You only live once. I'm going to be in 10 trades at a time, right? I have $100 in my account and I'm in 10 trades of a 0.25 each. Guys, you will have a bad day. You will have a bad day if you trade like that. So understand that using proper risk management is important. Now, there is plenty of apps out there. I actually use one that I will mention in my session today at 8 p.m. I will be dishing out some value for you guys on what apps you can use that help you manage what lot size you should take for your particular amount that you have in your account, right? And how to also calculate your percentage, right, when trading binary options, right? How many trades should I take? How much should I put in if I have X amount in my account, right? So guys, risk management has always been the name of the game, because you can win 50 to 55% of your trades and still be a profitable trader if you're using proper risk management. So guys, so important. And I hope you guys don't overtrade, don't revenge trade, and are able to understand what the risk management should be in your trading journey.
Thank you. That's amazing. He nailed it right on the nose. And I have a question for all of you guys. Has anyone ever gone like this to the computer? I want to see, throw some words in the chat if you've ever caught yourself either praying, come on, you gotta go, no, or talking to the computer or blowing at the wick, at the candle, because you see that wick going, you're like, no, one more, I'm gonna get it. Yeah, okay. It's okay. And we can all speak from experience, and that's why we can laugh about it, right? Because it's part of the journey. So embrace it. It's just part of the journey. You got to go through it, right? You got to go through it. And that's really it. So we're here trying to, just give you the information that, hey, maybe we can stop you from going through it so many times. All right. Because there's a difference. Remember, insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting a different result. So just remember that, okay? So let's go to Brent. Brent, let's go with, journey of mastering the art of trading and empowering individuals. What do you feel that is the risk tolerance to thrive in uncertain and dynamic environments? Same question.
Yep. I think for me, it's going to be the fact of auditing yourself, not only your account. Something that I always say in my sessions, you have to audit your account for like Mike said, right? Just because I'm taking a 5 lot doesn't mean you need to take a 5 lot. You have to understand what your account does at that point. Same thing if you're taking the alerts and everything. But for me, it's more of an auditing yourself too. So for example, before I was trading all day like all day. I knew that for me, my time was New York, but you would catch me in Asia, London, like I know, like, yes, I'm an educator. Yes, I have a good track record, but I still to the day can't do London. London's just not for me. So why am I going to be sitting down at night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning trading London? And we get caught a lot of times, not only because of the alerts, whatever it is, what it is, right? You just copy them, the educator at that point understands what they're doing. But if you are trying to sit down on a computer at 2 o'clock in the morning, because tomorrow you want to buy a yacht and you want to buy everything that you want to do for life and be rich at 3 o'clock in the morning with $100 account, that's just not happening. Like, audit your account, understand what your account can do, and then audit yourself too, and know that if you are good in New York, then your time is 7 to noon and that's it. At noon, it's done. Whatever happened. We live to trade tomorrow and you move on with your day. So we need to understand ourselves that what we're doing, what our ultimate goal is, not like something that Mike was saying, right? Throughout the years, what our goal is, and just know that whatever our times are to trade. I think that's going to be really key for me to that question.
Thank you so much. Some valuable information, everyone. Like, just those little, well, these are not little things, these are big things, right? This information is big. And if you apply it to your everyday, you're going to see some ultimate changes. You're going to see some changes in your results. You'll see some changes in your life. You'll see changes happening, and I just hope that you guys are all taking notes and that you're being productive with all of this, right? Because we have to implement this. That way it takes a result, okay? And Joel, we're going to finish this off with you answering the same question. How does the journey of mastering the art of trading empower individuals to explore their risk tolerance, adaptability, and also the ability to thrive in uncertain, dynamic environments?
This question hits me a little bit different than the other ones. But before I answer, I want to put everybody in a perspective, but I want to see who's active. So I haven't seen much participation for the past maybe 5 to 10 minutes. So let me know if you're still on the call. Put something in the chat. I don't know, a 1 or 2 or 3, whatever your favorite number is. I just want to see if you're here because I want to put you guys in a perspective. Okay, I see people here. Okay, perfect. Who here has gone to another country? Type 1 in the chat if you have. Okay. Who here wishes that they go to another country? Type a 2. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna send you to another country right now, okay? So I want everybody to do this example that I'm thinking just to answer this question. So pick your favorite country. I don't care what it is. For me, it will be back to Colombia because that's where I'm from, or somewhere in Europe, okay? And imagine that you were sent to a country that you don't speak the language, that you don't know, that you never heard like the culture. Like you've seen pictures and it seems pretty and that's why you want to go, right? But you don't know the language, you don't have a translator or an interpreter next to you, and that you don't know much about. What do you do? Answer that question. What do you do in that case? And you want to live there. For example, you want to go, you fell in love with the pictures and you said, you know what, I'm going to live there for 2 months, but I don't know the language. I don't know anything about the culture. I don't know, much about the food. I just know it's good. Okay. There you go. Somebody answered right in the dot. Somebody said, try to adapt. And that's where I'm going with this question. So I myself, I'm an immigrant to the United States. I came from Colombia when I was 15 years old to the States, and I had to adapt. I didn't know the language. I didn't know the food. I'm sorry, but Colombian food is way better than the US food. I had to learn about new people. I have to adapt to how they drive here because apparently they do follow rules here. I had to learn about the currency. It's a brand. Yeah, that's true. I had to learn about the currency. I had to do all these things, and that's called adapting. Okay. And now if you now that you had this example in mind for yourselves, like I see a lot of people say they want to go to Paris, Jamaica, those countries that you don't speak the language, put that in perspective into trading. You have to adapt. Like the other guys were saying, like Mike and Brent, you have to adapt your risk. You have to adapt the way that you're thinking, the way that you're placing the trades, the way that you're accepting the losses. So that's how mastering the art of trading will take you to empower yourself and empower others that are watching you. Okay. And now the end of the question that Claudia asked, it talked about dynamic environments. Okay. Going back to, if you were to live in a country that you have to adapt, you're living in dynamic environments. You're living in so many like environments that you're not used to. And guess what? Trading is the same thing. You're going to go through different environments, uncertain environments. And guess what? You have to adapt. And what's the best way to adapt is by being with a community that has already done it, that's there to help you. And if not, then do it yourself. If not, don't put a wall, like Claudia was saying, don't put a wall in your brain, just go and break it, right? Nobody, I'm being honest, nobody helped me when I was here in the States. I did it by myself. But I found a way to adapt. And like I have, you will adapt in any circumstances, but in this case, trading.
Thank you so much. That is like, he just nailed it on the head, like completely, right, guys? Like right there, I mean, you got to give it to them, or anyone that goes to another country, and it is all about adapting. It's all about adapting. And what are you going to do? Right? You adapt, you make it work, you figure it out, you find resources, you start paying attention, you start implementing what you're learning from others. So with that, that's what we're here for. Okay, so we're all learning, we're all adapting, and we're putting everything together so you can build that structure for yourself, because it all starts with your foundation. And if you have a wobbly, shaky foundation, it's not going to work. So you got to really start with your foundation. And I encourage everyone today, if you feel, that you are a revenge trader, that you keep, you have all these little things, take a step back, analyze yourself, start over, go back to the basics, start over, and really put your all into it, give it that 100%. Just like you give that 100% to other things, this, you give 100%, you're going to get 1,000 in return. Like the return is bigger than you could ever imagine once you get to that level. And it's not, remember, the skill set, it's all here. The skill set's about 20%, guys. It's all right here in the mind. Okay. So with that being said, I would like for each one of the educators, if you guys can let everybody know your schedule, that way they're able to see you on AkashX, right, guys? You can catch them online or in your app. Okay, we'll start with you, Mike. And then also you guys drop your Instagram handles, social media handles in the chat. That way we can get everybody for support, guys. You're going to go ahead and follow all of the educators, and we'll go ahead and keep this moving. Go ahead, Mike.
Awesome. So my classes are Sunday, 9 p.m., Monday, 8 p.m., and Wednesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. And it's traditional Forex and binary options. We go over both strategies and both types of trading. So I'll see you guys there.
That's Eastern, right? For you, Eastern Standard Time?
Eastern time. Yep.
Perfect. Okay,
Well,
who's
then,
next? Go ahead, Joel.
Hey, perfect. So I teach mostly Spanish, guys. I'm sorry, I'm trying to put more English into the schedule, but I trade crypto on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay. Tuesdays, Wednesdays are binary options in Spanish, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. And then on Thursdays, I do teach English, binary options, mostly focus into the OTC market and also the normal market. Same time.
Perfect.
Cool.
You know,
And
I'm
for
writing
me-
things down. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Brent.
For me in English, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 a.m. Central. So we do the New York opening bell. And which tomorrow we got news at the same time. So tomorrow's gonna be interesting because we got opening bell at 8:30 and then 8:45 we have news. So be on that one. And then in Spanish, I have Monday at 10 Central, Tuesday at 9 Central, Wednesday at 10 Central, 10 a.m. All mine are always in the morning in the New York timeframe. And I'll be adding soon a like a mindset call. I'm thinking on a Friday, like once the market's closed. I gotta check my calendar for that, but that'll be coming soon. Oh, and Arabic. I do Arabic sessions, I guess, now too. So on Tuesdays, I'm doing Arabic sessions. So yeah, that's another one that I'm doing. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay, when are your Arabic sessions?
So tomorrow's supposed to be the first one. We'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting. I'm gonna have an interpreter and all, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for it.
Okay,
Tomorrow
yeah,
at
I'd like
11,
to
I
know the
think.
time. What time is it
Oh.
in the Eastern?
11 Central. Let me check my calendar. I put
7
everything in my
Central.
calendar.
So what is that
Yeah.
overseas?
That is 7 o'clock at night for them. Like in Egypt, it's 7
7?
o'clock at night over on that side.
Okay,
It's 11 our time, 11 a.m.
okay, that's great, because I have family in Morocco. I'll get them to help on your session.
There you go.
Hey, listen, my son speaks Arabic and he's 12. So, and he's been getting on the Cossacks learning stuff. So I'm super amazed. Guys, I'm telling you. All right.
We could have the
Anybody
youngest
can do that.
educator. Youngest
Yeah.
educator ever coming on here. Yeah, tell me keep on
I
doing
know,
it.
it's gonna be great. All right, so I want to say thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for attending, especially the educators. Thank you guys for coming on here, sharing your knowledge, sharing with everybody, and pouring into the Akashics team here. And I just want to say thank you for all right. I see Moroccan over there. I see that flag. Yes. Okay. So all love. And thank you everybody for being here. Make sure I'm going to see you guys next week. Make sure you bring your guest. All right, your special guest. Okay, make sure you bring your special guest. Believe me, they want to really be here for next week. Next week is going to be something a little different. Y'all will see. So bring your special guest. Keep moving forward, and don't forget to make sure you're tapping in. Make sure that you're supporting yourself. And I just want to say kudos to you guys for showing up and understanding that you are loved and that you can do anything you accomplish. All right. So I'll see you next week. Thank you guys. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.